Hello musicians! In this lesson we will add the final sections to the line Sleeps Tonight, which are verse and chorus 2, solo and outro. There will also be a new tab section for the intro for Ukulele Part 1 and a brand new part, Ukulele Part 2, which appears in the verses and solo. The second verse and chorus are actually the very same as the first, so we will learn how to use repeat signs and different symbols and instructions to save us writing the whole thing out multiple times and taking up many pages. And for anybody who's been focusing on chords up until now, there will be instructions on how to read tab and an easy part, Ukulele Part 2, for you to try. It's easier than you think. We will start this lesson by going over the intro, verse and chorus from last week. Before we begin, let's make sure our instruments are in tune. There's a link in the description for this video that will bring you to another video to help you tune your ukulele at home. You will need access to a mobile phone or tablet and then download an app called Guitar Tuner. The rest will be explained in the video. So pause here, click the link in the description, and when your instrument is in tune, come back to this video and continue your lesson. Let's warm up our fingers with some chord changes. First up is C to F. Strum it with me, 1 bar of C followed by 1 bar of F 4 times.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now let's do the same with C to G. Strum it with me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now let's try our parts from last week's lesson. Get ready to play along with the track.
1, 2, 3, 4.
After the chorus in this song, there is a solo, then it goes back and repeats the verse and chorus, then it plays the outro, which is the ending. Because the next verse and chorus are exactly the same as the one we already practiced, rather than writing it out again, we can follow an instruction on the score that tells us to go back and repeat that section. This instruction is written in bar 36 as DS al Coda. DS stands for dal segno, which is the Italian for from the sign. This is what the sign or segno looks like and is written in bar 17, which is where the verse starts. The full instruction was DS al Coda, from sign to coda, so we must go back to the segno in bar 17 and play the music again until we see the final part of this instruction, which is to coda, written in bar 28, which is just before the solo. When we see that instruction, we simply jump to the coda, which is the outro, and starts at bar 37. There is also a handy symbol for Coda to make it easier to spot on the score, and it looks like this. Now let's have a look at the full score and I'll talk you through these instructions. This is our full score for The Lion Sleeps Tonight, and as you can see, it already takes up 2 full pages with our new Ukulele Part 2 added in. So it is important that we get the hang of reading these different signs and symbols and instructions in order to squash the music onto as few pages as possible. That makes it much easier for us to read, to fit on our computer screen or to fit on our music stand. The first instruction that we need to follow on this score is highlighted in green, and it says DS al Coda, which means dal segno al Coda. So we need to find the segno or the sign, go back to that point, and then play up as far as where it says to Coda. The segno is located in bar 17, and it's where the verse starts. This part is highlighted in red. So go back to the segno, we play the verse again, we play the chorus again, including the repeat, and then our next instruction is highlighted in blue, and it says to Coda. So we're basically playing the verse and the chorus section again. And when we get to the part that says to Coda, we jump down to the end, where the coda is highlighted in yellow, and we play that last section. So just to recap, we play the song as usual, just like we did last week. Then where it says DS al Coda, highlighted in green, we go back to the segno, which is highlighted in red, that's that symbol. You play that section again as far as where it says to Coda, and that's in bar 28. Then you jump down and you play the coda, which is at the very end. Now let's listen to the full track and follow the music. Do not play your ukulele for this part, just focus all of your attention on following the instructions on the score. If it seems confusing, rewind the video to the previous screen and listen to the explanation again. Once you get the hang of it, you'll find it very easy to follow.
1, 2, 3, 4.
In the intro, Ukulele Part 1 has a new melody to play without any chordal accompaniment. So the chord part begins with 8 bars of rest, which is notated like this. The chord progression for the new part of the song is the very same as before: C, F, C and G. Get ready to play the chords along with the track, and don't forget to count 8 bars of rest at the beginning. Do this after my 4-beat count in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now let's look at the brand new part, Ukulele Part 2. This is a perfect introduction to tab for anybody who hasn't tried it yet. It's easier than you think. In order to play a note on our ukulele, we need 2 pieces of information: what string is the note on and what fret is the note on. Tab, short for tablature, tells us this information. Now let's learn to play Ukulele Part 2, which is only heard from bar 21 to 24 and bar 29 to 36. There are many bars of rest for Ukulele Part 2, and rather than having lots of empty bars, we can group them together like this. It starts with 20 bars of rest. The most important thing to remember about tab is that it is written upside down. The top line represents the bottom string, string 1 or A, and the bottom line represents the top string, string 4 or G. We read it from left to right, just as we do with our chords. This part of the song starts off with a 1-beat rest and then 3 zeros. A 0 means play the string open. So the first 3 notes, the zeros, are string 3 open, string 2 open, and then string 3 open again. The second bar has a number of 1 on string 2, so we hold the first fret on string 2 and pluck that string. The third bar is the very same as the first, and the fourth bar is fret 2 on string 3, followed by fret 3 on string 2. Now pause the video and get it under your fingers, then press play and play along with me. Get ready to play it with me.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
let's try the next part. All of these notes are on the same line, the top one, therefore they are all on the same string, the bottom one. Pause the video here and get this section under your fingers, then press play and play along with me. Get ready to play it with me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now let's move on to Ukulele Part 1. There are 3 new sections for Ukulele Part 1, the solo, outro and intro. The intro and outro are the very same, except during the intro, Ukulele 1 is playing on its own. I have added the most sensible fingers to use for all the notes below, so pause the video here, get it under your fingers, and when you're ready, press play and play along with the track.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And finally, we will hear all 3 parts being played together, so get ready to play along with your part.